Old World Blues, probably one of HOI4's most popular, most intricate, and honestly, best mods. And it's probably time for my yearly game, because guess what? For some reason in January, I always go back and I play a game of Fallout, and then that gets me in the mood to play more Fallout. It also may or may not be watching the show, and opinions may differ on this. But I'm not going to give one. Assuming, though, you might be able to tell my opinion very easily today. Now, I guess if you have not played Old World Blues in a while, you probably haven't looked at the map. And as you can see, it's slowly moving east. And whilst nation stocks are definitely going up, so is the lag stocks last time I checked. Also, look, right there. There I am. There you go. That's the Fallout TV show version of me right there. Now, I know there are so many nations in this game with so much stuff, so many sub-mods that you can play that adds even more stuff. But honestly, the only thing I want to play today is New Vegas. You see, I feel like there's been a bit of disrespect put on Mr. House's name for a bit here. And it's time to rectify it. Because just like Mr. House, I am also trapped in a machine currently. The machine being your screen. I'm sending out my robot securitrons to your location right now to make you subscribe. For the love of God, give me the platinum chip, Timmy. Welcome to New Vegas, where the party is always rolling. Giant scary securitron robots? We've got them. Unchecked, unregulated, and untaxed gambling. Heck, we've even got two warring factions currently eating each other alive in hopes that one day they'll be able to control you and tax your population. But our dear leader, the enigmatic Mr. House, who hasn't left Lucky 38 for no other reason than the fact he doesn't want to, and definitely isn't strapped into the Suckertron 5000. Trust me, bros, I can leave at any moment if I want to. And if you don't think that's true, feel free to take a trip on down to Quarry Junction. I hear it's absolutely wonderful this time of year. Now, in terms of content in the game for Old World Blues, we don't have too much in the form of New Vegas over here, but what we do have hopefully will be enough. And of course, you can go different paths if you really feel like it. I will not be doing that today, though. We will be sticking with the house, because I don't know if you've heard this, but the house always wins. Now, I won't lie, our quasi-nation of New Vegas is definitely going to be a little bit bleak at the start of things here. But with a few lucky rolls of the dice, I reckon we're going to turn this round. Now, I'm assuming most of you are probably familiar with the plot of New Vegas. If you're not, you're about to see it unfold in a way today. Currently to our south, we have the Mojave territories. These are the expansionist endeavors of the new California Republic that's trying to assert itself as some sort of power. And I do mean some sort of power, because I don't think the NCR and all they stand for is exactly what I'm about. Especially the part about taxation. You see, at the moment we've come to a bit of an agreement with the NCR, but they are overreaching and do hope to get us under their control at some point, to which I'm gonna say ain't gonna happen, buddy. But do feel free to come down to the strip, spend your caps, and gamble away. You're more than welcome to, boys, because our house is always winning. But then also to our east, we have Caesar's Legion, or Caesar's Legion, or Caesar's Salad. And same thing applies for them as it did the NCR. Also looking to expand, also looking pretty big, also probably up to wanting to do a bit of taxation, and quite a bit more murdering. And here's me, right in the middle of both of them. They're both probably going to end up destroying each other at some point, and we can only gain to profit. So a big plot of Fallout New Vegas is that Mr. House wants the platinum chip. We are Mr. House right now, and guess what? We have no hot chip, and therefore we cannot dip into a better upgrade for our Securitron robots and the Lucky 38. So, until we perchance stumble upon this platinum chip, which was currently lost, we need to go ahead and decide whether or not we are going to go ahead, put the stable operating system on our Securitron robots, because there's a bit of div org and research speed, or we go ahead and put an operating system in that might not be the best. It does give our robots a bit more like attack there, but unfortunately I think that div org is going to be a bit of a bother. As such, off the bat, I think we'll go with the much more stable div organization buff, because whilst Vegas might be a city of stakes, endless odds, and high reward, I am cold, calculated, and I'm putting together a plan. As such, I think the most optimal answer at the moment is going with that division organization. So part of our plan to get everything exactly how we want it, we need to reopen the casinos, and to reopen them, we need people to work in them, and to really get the profit moving, we obviously need people to run them, and they're only going to run them correctly if unfortunately they do have shares of them. Now we do get a choice of who we're going to go put in the Gomorrah currently, and we can either choose between the Khans or the Murders. Now in the game, it is the Murders that own the Gomorrah, and I think that is what we're going to go with today, because unfortunately if I do just put the Khans in there, we get a minus 30% stability buff, and I'm assuming while that might come as a bonus later in some other way, I'm just okay, bro. I don't think we want the Khans next to us. Now, for the Ultra Lux, again, we get ourselves quite the options. We can either go with the ex-cannibals, that are still actually current cannibals, or we can let the Fiends in, both of which horribly horrible for us, but I guess we'll go with the secret cannibals. And then finally, in the tops, we'll go ahead and we'll put Benny in charge of that. He's part of the chairman. I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that, Benny. Now, what's very interesting is we do get loads of decisions here, and I think the most important one we need to look at the moment is the tourist trade. Obviously, we're Vegas. We want people to come here and have a good time. And despite what some people might think, alright, the town, the strip, is not currently overrun with death claws. No matter what unscrupulous little bit of propaganda you've been appealing to. So I am going to heavily invest our caps into this to see if it can make a difference. By the way, there is a cap system in the game currently. We do make quite a bit, and also we will need to spend quite a bit. Now, very interestingly, the Mojave territories have actually taken out the small brotherhood chapter that was in Hidden Valley. That's interesting. It's actually making me think that maybe I should make some moves. And I think our moves might be against our northern border here, where the Sky Reavers are raiding us. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you $5 to go back to Area 51 right now, but I'm going to get it back. Okay, now these are our unupgraded just Securitron units. They're going to be used here for the first time, and we're going to see if they're going to do any good. And feel free to attack them, de-org yourself, be my guest. As they tire themselves endlessly attacking them, wasting their manpower, up to 1,000 right now, which is quite a lot. We're actually just building more and more securitrons and holding. I do think we're going to have to rely on a little bit of luck when we go down our focus in a little bit, because in 2 more years we can do the platinum chip, which I'm assuming is going to be very important for us. But we need to make sure the Mojave territory has not done a secret most profound. If they have, we have to wait until 2281. I have no idea if they're hard-coded to do it, if they're going to go ahead and actually I've got like full intel on them, I can see, and it is super far down here, so I'm pretty sure we should just rush that as soon as we can, just in case they do somehow end up doing that, which it does require them doing a victory at the dam. So we'll see what happens there. Either way, we need that platinum chip. Oh, speaking of which, battle for Hoover Dam has just started. Now, this is the first battle, so we'll see what the outcome here is. It's not the one from the game, and I can't actually see what happened there, but it doesn't look like much. Did they get it? Victory at the dam. Okay, so they've held on to the dam, which is how it went canonically. Guess I'll finally put these guys out their misery. That is going to be their entire army encircled for the most part. Okay, I think it's good enough that we can just victory point snipe here. I'm going to try not to lose anything though, because I do see that we need to grab one more up there. Is that enough for them to capitulate? It is. Perfect. And that is our first bit of expansion done. Straight away, we're once again being demanded our tribute from another tribe. I think once again, we're going to have to teach someone else a lesson. I give this robot a medal for taking part in the occupation at Area 51. Well done. You get yourself a medal. Or our ex-neighbor, demanding tributary of us, is now gone, and they've been replaced by a new neighbor who's demanding tributary of me. The 80s. I don't think I'm going to be worried about them too much either. We have finally gone and opened the Lucky 38 up. But more importantly, we can now go and have a little hunt for the platinum chip. I think our little securitrons need an upgrade, and I think stronger securitrons would definitely be a benefit when we're constantly having to worry about things like this. Our robots are currently being harassed by what seems to be leather-clad bikers. Look at that. A completely unhindered delivery. After almost 2 centuries of waiting, the platinum chip has not been swallowed by a courier in front of me, and our securitrons just got one hell of an upgrade. Now, for the house to reach its full potential here, we will have to get to our securitron vault, which is unfortunately currently under the occupation of Kaiser's Legion. Now, I have 2 options of getting to the vault. We can get one of our henchmen to go in disguise, and I don't know if I trust Benny, or we can send a task force to cause a distraction. Considering I know what happened in the game, I think we're going to go with the latter, and I will go ahead and do a full assault, which will cost us 1,500 manpower, but I think it's definitely worth it to make sure that we get everything. As our Securitron army has succeeded in their raid, the vault is under our control, and now my army is ready. It's time for true progress, which gives us the new Securitron and a good little production cost reduction for them to be created. And look at these bad boys. Just got myself 10 divisions completely for free. And it does mean that I can now go ahead and upgrade them. At least I think, yeah, so it needs a Mark II operating system. So these can all be upgraded now. Oh, and just in time for the second battle for Hoover Dam. Now, whether or not this is actually going to turn into a full war is going to be pretty important here. And it looks like it is. So whoever comes out on top here is gonna be, well, eventually our victim. We do need to keep growing on our own regard here though, and with our new Securitron divisions, we're gonna head north first. The only way for our further win to carry on here is to get more powerful, especially while the NCR and the Legion aren't currently looking at us. As such, onwards we go into the waste. Oh boy, and nothing is stopping our Securitrons now, especially not just some fellows on motorcycles. Now, with the quick capitulation of the 80s, New Vegas has grown considerably. Now, you can go ahead and core little territories in Old World Blues. To do it though, you will have to be waiting quite a while for your compliance to get up to 95%. As you can see right now, Area 51 and Crystal Springs can be cored, which is good, means more manpower, less resistance from the natives. There's another tool we can deploy in our arsenal to get the wasteland pacified though, and in our intelligence agency, it's Courier 6. I'm gonna go send our agent out there to cause just as much chaos as possible. One thing I also want to take care of is New Reno. See, they are a competing business in the tourist market over here and are currently outpacing me, mostly because I keep forgetting to press the buttons. So I think it's definitely time we get ourselves on their border. Whilst I was taking down a small little nation over here of Protectrons, it looks like the Guardian Brotherhood, who are a Brotherhood faction, appear to be fighting New Reno. I don't know whose side they will get involved with here. Do I even pick a side? Or do I just wait until they destroy each other? I think we are going to go ahead and fight New Reno first while they're fighting the Brotherhood, since they are distracting. Obviously, they do have themselves the Nevada Pact, which means I would have to worry about Vault City up there. So, whilst they're already distracted with a front of their own, I can sweep on through. Still, nonetheless, be a bit of a tough fight, I think, just because we have to do it on 2 fronts over here, and I don't quite have as many units as they do, but they are, I'm assuming, a lot better. So let's give it a whirl. Oh yes, Securitrons are quite literally just rolling over them. We do have a few gaps, obviously, but that will just, that'll dealt with in its own time as we actually just keep pushing on this front. Now, the fighting has been a bit drawn to a stalemate at the moment, mostly because I'm just waiting for my equipment to replenish. We got down pretty low on Securitrons for a little bit there. I'm going to build some more as well because we did lose some, but I think we're probably good to go again now. Let's see if we're moving. We're moving. Something did happen during our great invasion, though. If we look a bit to the south, a victor has been declared. Yeah, it's a little bit worrying that the NCR are that big. It just means we're gonna have to greet them by becoming bigger ourselves. And it looks like securitrons are more than capable now, just overrunning what's left of their forces, and then we're gonna have to move straight into the Guardian Brotherhood, I imagine. Boys, a month after we get our peace conference with New Reno, I kept them alive for this fact right now that has happened. We're being invaded by the NCR. Amazing thing going on for us right now is whilst we are just holding, and we're only going to be able to just hold for a while, the NCR has decided to fight so many people at the same time we might see a collapse. The 200 plus divisions they allegedly have right now, because they're fighting the San Francisco chapter and I think like all of Mexico over here, they just have 9 divisions now on this border, 2 divisions here. 5 divisions here? I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I make a move here, but I think we're gonna be okay. Now they've brought some back now. We're up to 23 again on our border. I mean, I don't know if you want to keep them on my border, but sure. Okay, well, they've taken down the San Francisco chapter. Wasn't expecting that to end that quickly, but it has given me plenty of time to build up. Such, I think we're going to do a push. And this is where I think, like, the Fallout mod falls off so hard, though. As soon as you start pushing, especially, like, against a big nation like the NCR, oh boy, here come the river crossings. There's just so many tiny impassable terrain bits. I'm already getting a headache. Naval invaded as well. Are you kidding me? You little rat. I think I'm just at the point now where I just need to commit to pushing. If I just keep pushing, maybe they'll break before my lines break just from sheerly being overstretched. The bonus, I just keep stealing all of my puppets troops. They keep making loads. I keep taking them. They help fill in the gaps everywhere. But now that I actually control the dam and Helios 1, I can't do Architect of Destiny, which does in fact mean the house always wins. Oh my god, they just formed into the new American Republic. Well done, fellas. You're about to be brought down by America's biggest enemy. Unregulated, untaxed gambling. With Architect of Destiny done, I can also upgrade my securitrons even more. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to have to go a lot further than that, but they capitulated. Oh, man. Okay, I was actually worried that we were about to break ourselves over just how overstretched our lines were. You know, just to get the capitulation here, we just have to go up here, capitulate them, and I think that's it. Oh, also just got an achievement there for unraveling a mystery in Area 51 when I clicked the button. There you go. That is New Vegas's complete control over the NCR. I did keep the New American Republic over here under new management though. Whilst you might think that is all she wrote, no, because I'm still getting harassed. So unmitigated endless taxation needs to be ceased. I'm not sure who Ouroboros is and why he's so rizzed up, but it needs to stop. Right as I was about to go deal with Mr. Aura Riz Farm over here, guess what? We've been attacked by the Mexicans. Not me, my puppet did, and unfortunately I have to go help them. Well, scratch that. Hold on a minute. Okay, we're gonna leave them to die. Fellas, I'm gonna reel with you. I think this might be it for the house. I don't think we're winning this. There are just too many choke points, too many fronts. I mean, I think I'm checking out. God, the Mexicans. They're at the gates of New Vegas. Yeah, I think this is probably completely winnable. But when it comes to combat in this game, especially big wars like this, oh boy, do I check out. I think we're just going to go down with the strip. We're just going to let it happen. This is how the Deathclaws got there, boys. The Mexicans brought it. And there you go. We capitulated. It's over. We were split between the new great Mexican Empire and whoever the hell Ouroboros was. Yeah, their units were just super good. I don't know what the hell this thing is and all those insane buffs it gets, but definitely not worth the brain power trying to beat. But that was another year of old world blues. I did enjoy my game up until the NCR part, I guess, when we beat them. After then, I think the two-front gigantic war with 12 billion different fronts and impassable terrain, I just gave up, I'm gonna be real. But if you have another nation you think I should give a go in Old World Blues, feel free to let me know down below. I mean, it does seem to be pretty good if you could play a bigger nation. But if you're playing a small one and then you have to fight a big nation and then you have the scenario where you're then trapped between all these giant powers, oh man, it's pretty difficult, huh? I'm assuming I could have done that way better as well if I had actually prepared or just reloaded before I knew the Ouroboros were coming, so I could have prepared for that. But yeah, I don't care. I think I was going to end it around this time anyway, so I think it's probably funnier to end it with me being split between the Mexicans, and still, I don't know what this is. It's the goddess of the dark moon. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.